Hello, welcome back to Decimating the Ender Dragon, where today we continue to build Wales, the entire country in 1-to-1 in my Minecraft world. Last episode we started on a castle and ran out of stone, so I'm gonna have to do some mining this episode, unfortunately. But we gotta do it for the beautiful country of Wales, seen in the distance right there. The issue that I'm having is that my only stone sources are from the two caves that I have, the Living Cave and Carlsbad Caverns. And I actually like both of them, so I really don't want to mine very much, which is a huge predicament. So I'm right now in the Living Cave looking for anything sticking out that should be mined, just to get some stacks of stone. And I am able to grab a little bit of stone, and it's nice because it helps me to kind of beautify the cave a little bit. But I'm not really able to grab a meaningful amount, so I gotta go and search more places. Something that definitely piqued my interest was creating a tunnel from this cave to the Carlsbad cave. That would be a good way to grab some stone. But I'm really lazy, and I don't want to look at the coordinates, so I kind of give up on that. And if I mess that up, I mean, that's a disaster thing to mess up, so I give up on that. And I decided to actually go to my original spawn island to see if there's a cave over there where I can just mine without any concerns. And there are rabbits, actually, which... Oop. That was not my fault. That was all him. And unfortunately, there are no easily accessible caves on this starting island, so I gotta return to Carlsbad Caverns to try to see if I can do some mining in my mine. Can I bring myself to mine in the place that I designated specifically as a mine? The answer is yes, I can mine there. And there's actually quite a bit of cleaning up to do, so I do that, and then I head further down into the mine shaft to see where I can maybe begin that tunnel that I was thinking of earlier. And I get distracted because I hear some slimes, and I'm thinking to myself, maybe there's a slime spawner somewhere here. Searching for the source of this slime noise gives me a significant amount of stone. It takes me a super long time to find anything, and I kind of just end up tunneling straight for quite a while. And I'm digging in a 3x3 block radius, so this contributes a lot of stone to our cause. After digging for a while, I do find another underground jungle. Not what I was looking for. There's a ton of these in this cave system. Is that just like how caves work in Minecraft now? Is that everything is a jungle? I'm genuinely feeling like that's the case. But it's pretty uneventful, except for the fact that we find an axolotl? Axolotl? We find an axolotl in the water. So that's cool. Gonna capture him somehow. There's a bat. I don't know if you can capture them, but I'm more interested in the axolotl. There's unfortunately no slime spawner, but I am able to find the source of all the slime noises, which is literally just 2 slimes. So all that just to fight 2 slimes. Was it worth? We do find some coal, though. I was missing coal. I didn't have enough coal. I've been using so many torches that I've been running out of coal, so that's nice to find. There's a little bit of iron down here. More slimes. As I said, it was 2 slimes. So yeah, it's pretty uneventful. We do get a lot of stone, though, so that was the mission, which is good. And we actually are able to find 1 diamond, which is pretty amazing. And as I'm returning to the original cave, I find like 5 axolotls. So I intuit how to capture them. I'm an empath, so I'm able to sense it. No, I'm just kidding. I go and look up how do you capture these guys. And you just need a bucket. And I've got iron, so I'm taking 5 axolotls home. Also, I definitely get lost down in this cave. I have no idea how to get back. So I decide, now that I have precious cargo in these axolotls, I'm just going to dig to the surface, because I don't want to lose these. So I just dig straight up and look what I was under. This is a montage, by the way. That took like 10 minutes. But I was right under my farm, so that's kind of cool. Well, now that we got stone, we can begin building our castle for the complete 1-to-1 scale island of Wales, or country of Wales. It's going to be pretty big. Going to need a lot of stone. Probably still don't have enough, but we're going to see what we can do. And as I said in the last episode, this is very loosely based on the Cardiff Castle. So if you're intimately familiar with Welsh castles, this might look sort of like that, but I'm kind of freestyling. And these axolotls make inventory management really challenging. I'm gonna have to ditch them pretty soon. I also considered doing like a Mott and Bailey style castle where it's like built on a giant mound with a moat, but that just seemed kind of lame. They look kind of lame, I'm sorry. I know they're the OG castles, but I wanted a classic looking castle. I decide that the axolotls can live on the beach by my house, so I make them a little enclosure. I'm sure open sunlight is great for their skin. I'm sure. I won't check that, but I'm just sure it is. So they'll live here for now until I decide on what I want to do. I might do like a zoo at some point or something, because, yeah, collecting animals and plants rocks. And we ran out of stone to build our castle, so we gotta go back to the mines. I don't want to mine to craft, but that's just how it is. I decide to go to the abandoned mine shaft and start digging out a tunnel. I think, I try to find the general direction that the living cave is, and I just try to mine in that direction. And at some point I give up doing the 3x3 and I just start doing a tunnel. I just want to try to tunnel into that other cave system. And I get so far without tunneling into that other cave system that I decide to just go up and see what is above me, because I have no idea where this is going. Turns out it's going to the middle of the ocean, completely missed our other mine, and there's a mystery island. But it looks like in the distance I can see my home island, so I decide to go check this one out. Find some pumpkins. And there's lots of animals on the island. There are these same strange cows. And there's weird Arctic chickens. I had to look it up. Apparently they're cold climate chickens. They look like bats, kind of. So I've never seen a chicken like that, and I've seen quite a few chickens in my life. Importantly, we find a village. This is huge. I think we're going to be able to trade with these guys, do stuff with them. I'll probably end up kidnapping them and bringing them back. Hey, Fox. So that's great. That's really great news. And this island is relatively close by to our home, so yeah. I just decided to check it out and then build a boat and head back to my house. And now, as I'm thinking about it, I think that path that I dug over there will be useful for kidnapping villagers and bringing them back to my home island. So I'll probably at some point actually use the coordinates to correctly dig over to that island and bring some villagers back. Comment down below if you can guess what I'm going to be using this red wool for. You'll never guess. So after that little tunnel escapade, we now have fully enough cobble to finish the castle. So I'm just going to grab all that and try to finish that this episode. We'll see. It's a pretty massive undertaking, actually. I thought it would be pretty simple, but it's been tough. The citizenry of Wales already love their castle. Look at this. Wonderful. And the design I'm going with is involving a bunch of towers connected by sections of wall. And I decide I'm going to make one of the towers be a very tall spire, and the other 3 towers will be just kind of standard sized, a little bit taller than the wall. The very back also, instead of having a tower, will have a larger circumference, like throne area, or like keep, I guess. So yeah, it's a solid castle, I think. I completely forgot to mention this, but we're playing as a whale today. Maybe you saw the skin earlier and you're like, what is that? It is supposed to be a beluga whale, or like a blue whale, and the front of the skin is his entire mouth. So yes, we are a whale. And this is pretty much going to conclude our episode. We were definitely not able to finish this castle. We're maybe 50% of the way done with this build. So, Wales is bigger than I thought. But thank you for watching. Tune in next time.
Looking at the wolf, I bet I'll give his ass a bone. Looking at the witch, at first I gotta mine some stone. Abandoned mine shaft, sipping potions all alone. Triple-headed wither with the mind of his own. Cherry red redstone XP is for my character. All black obsidian, Steve's shoes leather. I never needed a mine with all you weak miners. Had a server with Notch before he got fired. Before his game shattered, Jeff made it way better. Still speed running mines like they don't matter. Zombie villager never made me mad. Feed his ass a golden apple, that'll bring him back. Pillager, zombie villager. When it comes to mobs, fool, I'm in hardcore. Pigman, Enderman, skeleton, horse. Never tired of mining, so it's on to the next ore. New enchanted trident, sharpness 4. So many diamonds, server thought it was command block. Different mob farms I was getting loot from. Creeper dust, rotten flesh bones by the ton. Whole inventory filled up with blaze rods, fighting off creepers with no backup as my base burns. I kill a gas before the night's over. Notch bless the mob, I pour this lava over. Fight a skeleton till his life's over. Still a real grief, a PvPer and a super troller. I'm making water the ender dragon. Shooting arrows never heal, I'm placing a bed.